this video, we will discuss more about the importance of right breathing. Now, when I talk about right breathing, the question comes, what is right breathing? Because breathing is something we do unconsciously, continuously. So, many of us are not aware as to how breathing impacts our health. So, we will discuss in short about the respiratory anatomy. If you look at this picture, you can see the lung is encased inside the rib, and when you inhale, the rib cage has to open and the lungs expand in all the four directions. The lung has to expand above, at the top, bottom, front, sideways, and also backwards, which means it's a complete expansion of the lung. So if this has to happen, the rib cage has to open up, which actually happens like the rib cage moves up like this and your spine slightly moves behind, facilitating the expansion of the lungs. When the lungs fully expand, it gets completely filled by air and the oxygen exchange takes place. Oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. The released carbon dioxide is exhaled through the nostrils. Again, the diaphragm pushes the lungs up, the whole chest cavity collapses and the air is expelled. The oxygen absorbed goes into the body through the blood and nourishes the cells. And there are a lot of processes which take place, and finally we get energy because of this process. Now, the question is, what is right breathing? If you again go back to the anatomy, you will understand that the chest has to open in all the four directions and the lung has to expand in all the four directions. Which means I should be able to sit straight and then consciously expand my chest to begin with, and then allowing the lungs to expand. Today, there are many postures we assume on a moment-to-moment basis. In work, we may be looking at a system. In work, we may be focused on the computer or a laptop, or we may be driving, the chest is slightly forward, or you may relax watching a movie in a television or in a theatre. Slightly you tend to slouch, which means the chest apparatus gets crumpled to an extent, and because of that, the lungs may not expand fully. When the lungs are not able to expand, the amount of oxygen available for the body reduces, which means the organs may get less than enough oxygen. When the organs get less than required oxygen, then the stress level goes up. When the stress level goes up, again the blood pressure rises. So this triggers a series of reactions within the body. Now, the question is, we are in these postures for a long time within a day, and this practice continues for many days and many months, which means that naturally the stress levels are slightly higher than what it is supposed to be, and that is not conducive for the body. This slowly shows up as certain behavioral challenges. First, we may get angry more often, we may not be able to take the right decisions, we may get emotionally entangled. Now, as this continues, this leads to high level of stress. It may lead to high levels of anxiety, depression, and finally this manifests as a lifestyle disease. This may start with blood pressure, then maybe diabetes, or it may also start with simple obesity. The most important factor is, from the day the stress level started rising, from the day the behavioral changes started happening, our work efficiency would have gone down. Our ability to relate with people, our ability to make decisions would have come down. This would have led to lower financial growth, spoiled relationships, and also this would have impacted career growth. And the origin of disease would have started there. That is why In yoga, we say disease starts when we don't breathe properly. This is one aspect of breath. The second aspect of breath is mechanical breath. If you are not conscious of the breath, then we may not consciously open the chest in the beginning. And over a period of time, when breathing becomes even more mechanical, the lung will just expand and come back, expand and come back. It may not expand to its fullest capacity. We may still be sitting in the right posture. Yet, the expansion may not happen because we are not conscious of it. And we are not trained to do that. Because of which, again, there will be a drop in oxygen level. And let me tell you, they are all very unconscious and very subtle. We may not notice it immediately. Because studies say that a normal human being does not even use more than 40 to 50% of his total lung capacity. Which means if your lungs can take in 100 ml of air, we take in less than 50 ml. Which means there is more than 50% shortage of oxygen for the body always, at least in today's situation. When you are running around boards and when we involve in mechanical breathing. Hence, right breathing becomes the first step towards healthy living. The second most important factor is when we don't breathe properly, even before the disease comes up, the immune system gets affected. Our ability to fight disease and fight infections come down. Hence, proper breathing is also the first step towards building a strong and powerful immune system. The asanas which we have demonstrated in the previous video are simple yet powerful ones. You may have to do it along with the instructions given along with the asanas. They are simple guiding tools which will help you to slowly progress and open up your chest and develop the habit of conscious, relaxed breathing. If you have any questions, you can ask me through the comment section or you can write to me to my mail address.